Did you know that Ben 10, one of the most iconic cartoons, might not be as original as you thought? What if I told you that Ben 10 was inspired by another, lesser known show called Kong, the animated series? No, I'm not saying it's a direct copy, but it's definitely why we call it a creative inspiration. Let's explore the connection between these two shows and see how Ben 10 might have taken a few notes from Kong. Stick around for all the details. You see, nothing exists without a purpose. Every idea comes from somewhere, and every dream has a meaning, whether it's in cartoons, movies, or even inventions. Take Ben 10 for example. Many of us know and love this series, but few are aware that it shares many similarities with Kong, the animated series, which first aired in 2001. Before we dive into similarities, let's get to know Kong. Kong, the animated series, follows a young boy named Jason Jenkins who partners with a giant ape, Kong, to save the world. Jason uses a special device called the Cyberlink, which lets him combine his DNA with Kong's, allowing Jason to transform into a Kong-like creature to fight evil. This series, co-produced by BKN International and Ellipse Anime, ran for 40 episodes and was based on the legendary King Kong film from 1933. While it didn't reach the same popularity as Ben 10, but it definitely has a strong cult following. Now, let's talk about one of the most striking similarities, the transformation device. In Kong, Jason uses the Cyberlink, a headset that lets him merge his DNA with different animals. Sound familiar? That's because in Ben 10, Ben uses the Omnitrix to transform into various aliens. Both devices share a similar function, granting the main character's special transformation abilities that are the key to the story. Next up, let's compare the teams. In Kong, Jason Jenkins is the protagonist. Much like Ben Tennyson and Ben 10, they're both young, adventurous characters with the ability to transform. Jason's team includes Eric, the muscle of the group, who mirrors Kevin Levin in Ben 10. Then there is Lua, Jason's friend and guide, who closely resemble Gwen Tennyson. Even Professor Jenkins, Jason's mentor, plays a role similar to Grandpa Max in Ben 10. And to be honest, they kinda look alike. Both teams have a balance of brains, brawn, and leadership, helping the hero save the day. But it doesn't stop there. Both shows have strong villains that drive the plot forward. In Kong, the main antagonist is Professor Ramon de la Porta, a mad scientist who tries to take over the world using evil technology. This closely parallels Vilgax, the alien warlord in Ben 10, who constantly seeks to control the Omnitrix and dominate the universe. While their motives differ slightly, both characters are central threads, forcing the heroes to act. Stylistically, Kong and Ben 10 also share some visual similarities. Both shows use a combination of action, adventure, and fantasy elements. The animation style, especially the characters' design and action sequences, feels somewhat aligned. It's as if creators of Ben 10 took notes from the visual style of Kong, refining it to suit a more modern audience. But does all of this mean that Ben 10 was stolen from Kong? Not necessarily. As a creator, we often build on ideas from the past, just like how famous inventors, artists, and even filmmakers are inspired by early works. Ben 10 may have drawn inspiration from Kong, but added its own twist. Many beloved cartoons and shows are inspired by others. For example, Samurai Jack draws inspiration from early samurai stories, but it's still considered a masterpiece in its own right. For instance, it's important to remember that animation has a long history of borrowing ideas and evolving them. For instance, The Lion King took a heavy inspiration from the Japanese anime Kimba the White Lion, and even Avatar: The Last Airbender is inspired by various philosophies and martial arts films, so Ben 10 following in the footsteps of Kong isn't as surprising as it seems. It's a common practice to take an existing concept and elevate it to a new height. In fact, some of the same voice actors from Kong even worked on Ben 10 in the Arabic version. For instance, the voice of Jason Jenkins in Kong is the same actor who voiced Ben 10 in Ben 10 Alien Force. These connections are small but significant, adding another layer to the theory that Ben 10 was influenced by Kong. So is Ben 10 a solo idea, or is it simply inspired by Kong? In my opinion, it's the latter. Inspiration is a part of creative process. The creators of Ben 10 likely saw the potential in Kong's transformation concept, but improved it by introducing aliens and deeper character arcs. They took an existing idea and made it their own, creating something unique that millions of fans love. At the end of the day, Ben 10 isn't bad just because it was inspired by another show. In fact, it's proof that borrowing ideas and improving on them can lead to something fantastic. While Kong might not be as well known, its influence lives on through shows like Ben 10. Both cartoons have their own merits, and together they contributed to the rich world of animated storytelling. You know, Kong, the animated series, might not be the only thing that inspired Ben 10. Some people think it also took ideas from Dial H for Hero, a DC Comics story about a device that gives you powers, and let's not forget about science fiction classics aliens. Cool gadgets, it all fits into a bigger picture of inspiration. For me, Ben 10 was a big picture of growing up. I always imagined what I would do if I had the Omnitrix, and which alien I would pick. Later, when I found out about Kong, it felt like finding a missing piece of the puzzle. This makes me wonder what other cartoons might have hiding influences, like Avatar, The Last Airbender, or even Adventure Time. What do you think? Leave me your ideas in the comments, and maybe your suggestions will be in my next video. So, what do you think? Do you believe that Ben 10 was inspired by Kong? Let me know your thought in the comments. And if you have never heard of Kong the animated series before, I recommend you to check it out. It's an underrated gem. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you to the next video. Peace out.